What's going on, YouTube? It's Jason Schreimer, Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got some good news and I got some bad news. But here we're for another battle report against Dan and his Highborn Elves. Now, for some good news, my voice is back. Last week and the week before, I actually had a sore throat, and I was trying to do the battle reports, and it was killing my throat. And yeah, but I just toughed through it because I love to give you guys content. But on the bad news, shit, what was the bad news? Oh, the bad news is I forgot my camera. I had a camera full of the tournament that I just went to this weekend. This weekend we had a tournament at the Dice Dojo. I have 3 tournament games I want to give you guys. But I put the camera in the bag with the army, and I left the army bag at home. And yeah, I'm not bringing it to work. I got to go home and get it and all that crap. And so, but for more good news is that I actually have backup games that I haven't even posted yet. So I'm going to go ahead and post up this game. This game is about 2 weeks old. It's again me versus Dan. I was practicing with my new close combat list. He decided to practice with his double dragon list, and let's go ahead and see how that goes. So we're going to start off with this picture right here with our armies. Bam! Got my goblins, my 21 cave goblins with the 2 goblin shamans in there. The goblin shaman on the left, that's Goblin Joe. The goblin on the right, that is Goblin Baxter Joe. Baxter Joe has 3 spells. Joe has 2 spells. And then Baxter Joe usually has MR. Over here I got a unit of 37 Savage Orc Ed Bashers with spears, the Big Stabadon, and 2 banners. And one of them is the BSB. The BSB has a banner of speed, and then the guy in the unit has a banner of in this one, discipline. I do switch it in future games for Mikinox Totem because I do feel like this unit does become a target when it doesn't have Mikinox Totem on shooting. Over here, got a unit of 6 cave trolls. 6 cave trolls. Oh shit! Don't freeze! Don't freeze! There we go. And then right here, I got a unit of 5 Goblin Wolf Riders. I got the 6 Orc Ed Bashers mounted. These guys are the 6 Boar Boys of the Orcpocalypse. What are you giving me warnings for, freaking Windows? I don't care. Anyways, the 6 Boar Boys of the Orcpocalypse. These guys actually have Mikinox Totem. The other one has Ironhide Icon. Excuse me, I mixed up the banners. This one has the Mikinox Totem. It's going to turn off any magical items that it's touching, and it's going to go ahead and it plays a huge part against Death Stars. And against everybody else, it doesn't do goddamn thing. I know it's 190 something points for this unit, and it's kind of one of those units that's like, well, you could take this instead. But when it does come into play, it will come into play huge, which is really important. Over here, I got 2 Gargantula spiders with web launchers, and then right here, this is the big man himself, King Koopa. King Koopa has gotten an upgrade. He used to rock the Goblin's backstabbing Dirk, and then I'm like, dude. There was like one game specifically at Blood in the Sun where he hit a knight in the flank, strength 6 with armor piercing 1, and the knight's armor saved it. And I'm like, dude, why am I paying 15 points for an item that is going to give me AP 4 on a flank and rear when I could just get AP 6 all the time with the Obsidian Blade? So King Koopa has the Obsidian Blade. He has a 1-up armor and a 4-up regen, and he also has a 2-up ward against fire. Over here I got a unit. Or, I'm sorry, not a unit. This is the boss himself, the big boss man, General Zod. General Zod is a 1-up, 4-up Iron Orc Ed Basher. Now, in this game right here, I was rocking the Screaming Swords. This is one of those pivotal games, actually. This is probably right before I played the game against Red that that made me change what weapon I brought with him. As of now, currently, I am using him with the Weapon Master and using all the weapons I can. But in this game here, I'm using the Screaming Swords. I just wanted to have that extra attack and the fear. The fear is kind of cool to have, but it doesn't play super pivotal in this game, as you will see. God damn it, Norton. Why are all my freaking things acting up right now? Anyways, as for my opponent, Dan, Dan's right here. And you can see my brother eating something in the background. What does he have? Like, it looks like a burrito. Anyways, in the bottom left corner, that is his. No, that's not his general. That is his wizard. He has a level 2 wizard of like 2 random ass lore signature spells. He has a BSB that's mounted. He has his level 4 of fire mounted on a fire flaming dragon. He has 2 Warhawks or Eagles or whatever they're called. He has 1 unit of Elaine Reavers. He has a unit of archers in the back left, and he has a bus of the Knights of Rima. And the Knights of Rima have, all the upgrades. They're going to get Devastating Charge, multiple attacks, Strength 7, all that crap, right? Or Strength 6, whatever they are. And then on the right, that is a giant block, and I mean a giant block of Silver Helms. Now, he does have one more dragon. It's an ancient dragon, but he doesn't have the model out for it yet. He does in 2 weeks when he goes to the tournament, but here he just uses a blank base. So we're going to give him this blank base right here. So he also has a Frost Phoenix and 2 Bolt Throwers, or 1 Bolt Thrower. For my magic, I got Blessing on the Mother Spider. I got Fix It Up. I got Sneaky Slicing, Stay Quiet, and the Curse of the Green Moon. I did not take any Evil Eyes. My main reason for that was because most of his stuff is a 1-up armor or a real tough 6 shit. So it's like there wasn't much for me to Magic Missile. I do like the Evil Eye, though. The Evil Eye is just like a nice little you can just keep doing. Alright, so I go ahead and I deploy first. Now, this is part of my problem right here, and this is something I learned in this game as well as a couple other games that I play. The game against Red, I think, was really crucial for me because it made me realize a lot of mistakes I'm making. But I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, I want my general next to the trolls, I want the trolls next to the BSB, and I want the spiders here. So I just go ahead and I drop everything first. I drop all of it first without thinking about what my opponent's dropping where. Right? So he's going to go ahead and counter drop against me, of course. And he does so like this, right? So first thing, here's my Vanguard. I'm going to go ahead and Vanguard up with my Wolf Riders. And as you can see, he just put his dragons in the middle with the Phoenix. He has the Knights on the one side. He has the Silver Helms on the other. Anyways, turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. So he Vanguarded up with his Elaine Reavers here, and what I did was I moved up the spiders. I moved up everybody. Everybody moves up, but I'm moving up the spiders just 7 inches so they can web launch for a bit. One of the dangerous things about his army is his army's as fast as mine, if not faster, the movement, so he could charge a pretty far fucking distance. So I'm going to have to use my Wolf Riders as chaff, and I already know this. I forgot what attribute he has in this game. He had fire and something else, and I think I took something else. It might have been Shadow Miasma. But problem is, every time I take Shadow Miasma, Koopa and the spiders are always so far away from my freaking Goblin Shamans. But whatever. I'm figuring Koopa's my key right here. My Koopa is my key to success here because he's going to get into that flank of those fucking Knights. He's going to tear up their armor because he doesn't care about armor right now. And once that happens, the spiders are just going to plow in. The trolls are also an awesome thing to have on the table against all these knights and heavy armored things. But the thing that I have to worry about is a flaming sword attack. So that's the one spell that scares me more than anything that he has in his arsenal. Magic phase, I got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw Blessing of the Mother Spider onto my savages just to kind of give him like a whatever, like to not really deal with me. I think I might have took fire. I did take fire. I took his fire. Okay. So I took his fire, I go ahead and I do Blessing on the Mother Spider on here, and he's like, yeah, whatever, I'm not going to charge him, go ahead. And I'm like, boom! And I burn his fucking Elaine Reavers with that fucking fire D3 hit afterwards. And he's like, you sneaky bastard. Causes a panic check, they run away, they run through the building, they actually lose 3 more guys, and 1 guy gets to the other side. Then I go ahead and I do Sneaky Slicing onto one of my spiders, and he goes ahead and lets it go through. Do not freeze on me now! Okay, it's not freezing. There we go. And then I go ahead and I threw the fireball into his Phoenix, his Frost Phoenix, and it does 1 wound onto him. And he's like, fuck you, man. You took my fire spell, and you're just going to keep on using it against me. So I go ahead and I do Stay Quiet in a bubble, and he stops that one. And then I go ahead and I start the web launcher with the shooting phase. Shooting phase, I shoot the web launcher into his Knights here, his Silver Helms. It does 1 wound, kills off 1 guy. He's going to have DTs if he marches or charges. And then I go ahead and I do the other web launcher to his other Knights, and it's going to go ahead and start off his turn 1. Highborn Elves turn 1. Highborn Elves turn 1. He moves up. He's not too scared, but he doesn't really have to charge anything. He just kind of gets himself in better positioning. Magic phase, he got 8 power dice, and he basically this is how the table looks right now. What does he do? He does a fire, I think just like a medium-sized fireball or small fireball. Kills off a couple goblins, hoping for them to panic. Hope to kill off my wizards. Fails because he didn't realize. I don't know why he did this. I don't know. I would probably have done a big fireball if I was going to just kill them all, make me waste all my dice. But anyways, he goes ahead and he does Burning Ramparts, and I dispel that one. He did it on my savages. I'm like, oh god, I can't let my savages all burn, so I'm going to have to stop that one. Then he goes ahead and he does Flaming Swords onto his archers. That's what he did it on. So he goes in and he does it on the archers. Archers going to start off the shooting phase. Archers shoot at my trolls, and they burn 1 wound into the trolls. The trolls got some lucky armor saves, and I was like, wow, that could have been really bad really fast. 2 armor saves, excuse me. They failed 2. So it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Koopa is charging in, going into the Silver Helms. And I'm like, I don't care. He can challenge me all he wants. Koopa's going to hold him up for a round. He's going to chaff him up. He's going to fucking fight him like a boss, because that's Koopa, okay? And he's going to fuck him up. And then after the champ is gone, I'm just going to fucking rip through these guys till they lose, right? So, this is how the table looks. I move both my spiders up. I'm not scared, because Koopa should win that combat, even if he has to fight challenge with the champ. If not, I'm just going to tear apart a shit ton of those guys. If I charge them, they're strength 3, so that way they're just going to have to fight off my 1-up armor. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. I'm just going to fuck them up. So I move the spiders up like this. I'm like, you know what? And I move my savages up. The whole right side is taken care of. The trolls are blocking the left side, but not only that, I use my wolf riders as chaff. They're blocking the charge from the knights and blocking, I think that's it, just the potential charge from the knights. He has some flying units that'll fly over, but not too worried about it if they go in alone. And I'm saving my scroll just for that freaking that flaming swords. So Magic Phase got 4 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up sneaky stabbing onto my A-Rock, so that way the web launcher has armor piercing. I go ahead and I do stay quiet onto my orcs in a bubble. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a bubble. And then I go ahead into shooting phase. Shooting phase, the attribute. The attribute, I do it onto the freaking Frost Phoenix again. 2 more wounds onto the Frost Phoenix. Dan is getting like pissed that I'm using the fireballs that way. Then I'm going to go to shooting, shoot the web launcher into his knights. Doesn't kill a single one of them, but it is going to keep him webbed again. And then close combat. He challenges and Koopa destroys. Koopa did only 2 wounds though. And the funny thing is Koopa only did 1 wound by himself. And then the other wound was by his mount. And the mount doesn't even have AP 6. That's the hilarious part. But I just whiffed. I rolled the dice and I was like, whiff, 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 whiff. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a 6. Oh man, or 1, 2, 1, 6, and then the spider hit 1. So I'm like, all right, I got a charge, 2 wounds. I'm up by 3 on combat. He is going to be steadfast, right? But he has a banner and a rank. He didn't do a single wound to Koopa, and he looks at me and he goes, I have the war banner. And I was like, what? You have the war banner? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I hate that fucking banner. That banner screws me up so many times. I freaking fail because now he has a musician. I'm going to have to roll the dice. When I roll the dice, I fail on the leadership 8, and Koopa's going to book it, and he hits the building. I think he takes a DT, and now his knights are free to charge one of my spiders on his turn. That sucks so much. Ah! Fuck! Oh, he chases and hits my freaking chicken rock. That's nasty. And he was just like, he was not happy about this. He was like, oh man, I've seen my guy fight spiders before, and it's going to be a losing battle if I don't kill you into the first turn. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 2 Orcs and Highborn Elves. Turn 2 Highborn Elves. He charges my wolves with his general, and he's hoping I fail the terror check, and I pass like a boss. And I'm like, I am holding. You could charge them all you want with your general. And he's like, shit. So he charges in with the knights as well, and then he goes ahead and he moves his fire shaman all the way back there. Now, I know it looks like it was teleporting dragons. We had a problem with the hill keep dropping the models, so we switched out which models where. The one in the back is definitely the fire dragon. The one that's the empty base is actually his general in this picture. So he uses his eagle as chaff on my savages. Now here's the deal. I need to hit the Boarpocalypse boys into whoever has magic items. And right now the juiciest target is his general. I'm going to turn off whatever his general has. Right? So magic phase, he got 8 power dice. He goes ahead and he does flaming swords on these guys again. I have to let it go because no, I dispel it. I dispel scroll it. I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't need him flaming swording anything. Then he goes ahead and shoots. And when he shoots, he ends up hitting my trolls, doing 4 wounds. My trolls armor save all 4. Alright. Over here, close combat. He goes ahead and he swings. He doesn't do, or he does a couple wounds. He has to have done a couple wounds. Anyways, my chicken rock goes. My chicken rock only kills 1 guy. That's it, right? And I think the goblin killed him, to be honest. He goes ahead and he swings. He does a couple wounds onto my chicken rock. He has a charge of banner, war banner, a flank, or not a flank, a rank. Couple wounds. I fail. I'm a stubborn on a 6, but I'm way too far from my general, which is another thing that I've been practicing, and I'm just trying to keep my bubbles closer to my general. Chicken Rock runs. He chases, or he doesn't chase. He decides to stick back because he figured he would be way out of combat and whatever. I don't know what he was expecting, but he lets me run. He just reforms right there. He's worried that if he failed, that's what it was. He failed. He was worried if he didn't run far enough to catch my Chicken Rock, I would be able to flank charge him or rear charge him. So he was just like, it's a safer play. I get it. It's cool. All right. So he goes ahead and he stops here and he figures he doesn't want to give me a front charge. So he's going to go ahead and like reform or pivot so that way he can give me a front charge on both so he doesn't get flanked. Over here, close combat, of course, he kills the dogs, and he cannot overrun because if he overruns, this is actually a move I let him take back because he was going to try to overrun with his general, and he needed to get like 9 inches to get past his knights, and let the knights overrun into the trolls, right? So he tries to roll it, and he fails miserably, and I'm like, dude, I got an easy flank to your general with my trolls. You're not stubborn. I'm going to charge you. It's going to be very, very bad. And I was like, you know what, Dan? You can take it back. Take it back. Go ahead. Just reform like you should. And he's going to go ahead and reform like so. And it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Charging in. Charging the trolls into his knights. Charging the boar boys into his general. Charging my general into his general. Now, I know how this plays out. Knowing how it plays out, I kind of contemplated I probably should have done the boar boys into that eagle that's in my way, or doing the boar boys into the knights of Rima. But I figured the trolls could handle the knights by themselves. That'll be awesome. And then if my general goes in that same direction, he'll be fine, keeping them in the leadership bubble. And then if I turn off any magical wards or anything that his Dragon Lord has, well, the bad news is, his magic items consist of a lucky shield. And that is it. Didn't know that when I charged in. Anyways, charged the A-Rock in here because I wanted to, and then I charged the boar. I don't charge the boar boys. I figured I was gonna leave the boar boys out of it, and I could use my magic ability attribute to kill this freaking eagle out of my way. Everybody gets in. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Anyways, I move up my goblins. My Chicken Rock rallied on a 6, which is fucking awesome. That was the other thing he was expecting me to fail. The 6 on the rally. Magic phase, I got 9 power dice. Alright, here it goes. Gonna go ahead and do Gift of the Mother Spider onto the boar boys. He lets it go through. I go ahead and I do Stay Quiet. He lets it go through on a bubble. This bubble actually reaches my general, reaches my boar boys. That's awesome. Alright. I kill off. Oh, I threw out my Fanatic. I had to throw my Fanatic backwards because it wasn't going to help me out in the situation I was in. My attribute failed to kill the fucking eagle. Failed to wound to kill the eagle. Over here. Close combat. He actually does a wound. A horse kicked my freaking A-Rock in the eye. My A-Rock goes back, kills off only one guy. Again, he is steadfast. It's going to suck. I have a charge and a wound. Actually, I have to stick myself, which sucks. And he ends up combat reforming. He changes this a couple times. I don't even remember if this is the way he stuck because he figured that Chicken Rock's going to come take out that unit soon. Over here, close combat. Close combat, I end up just... He's going to go do all his attacks. He does 4 wounds, and I just... armor save him like a champ, or ward save, or regen save him like a champ, and I'm like, bleh, puke, bah, 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 bah. 3 wounds. Okay, he's not going to be steadfast. I have a charge, 3 wounds. He has a banner. He did nothing. He's going to lose combat. He's going to run. I'm going to chase, and he actually runs away because he gets swift stride, and he's going to get away from my guys, and that sucks. I think I failed to make him do DTs. I don't remember if he had to take DTs or not. No, he didn't. I didn't shoot him this turn. Anyways. But he runs away. I don't catch him, which sucks. He's going to be able to rally easy because his general is right there unless I kill his general. Right here, close combat, he challenges. You motherfucker. Challenge. My general accepts, does 1 wound on the impact hit, swings around, does a 2nd wound on his 2nd round of attacks, and he goes ahead and he swings and he cannot wound my general. He can't even hit my general because my general is -1 to hit. Or he does, but he doesn't do that many hits and wounds. So it ends up going in my favor. I win combat. I have a charge, 2 wounds, and a banner. He rolls like Snake Eyes, like a fucking boss. I am not kidding. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Turn 3, Highborn Elves. Turn 3, Highborn Elves. I set myself up for this. Here comes his freaking fire dragon. Here comes his freaking BSB. We talked about this too. We talked about proper strategy on this. And the deal is, you need to, how did this go? He has a flank with the dragon into my boar boys. But then he also has a flank with his BSB. He needs to get both into combat. I forgot why we discussed this, but we ended up having it where the dragon gets into... Oh, there it goes. So he gets combat res. So he throws the dragon into my boar boys, and his BSB decides to stay, just hit my general, so that way he's giving the extra combat res. Magic phase, 9 power dice. He goes ahead and he does flaming swords onto his freaking Knights of Rima. He does this on purpose. They rallied. He put them out wide. He did this on purpose, basically, so that way I don't charge him, which it did make me double think about the charge here. He's going to go ahead and shoot with these guys. He shoots at my goblins, only kills 1. And then... I think this is just showing that I have to stay quiet still. He goes... Oh, because of stay quiet, there it goes. Because he did, I have stay quiet and he charged in. He actually took a wound with the freaking dragon and he took a wound with the BSB. So, over here, close combat, he ends up doing a wound onto my general. My general fails to wound him. His dragon goes and destroys my freaking boar boys, kills off a couple of them. They're going to run. When they run, they take DTs, and one of them lost an arm through the freaking Knights of Rima. That sucks. I lost combat. That really, really sucks. My general failed to wound his. That just, oh man, it's brutal. I'm going to lose my freaking banner, which sucks. Ah, man. And I think my general actually stuck, which is weird if he didn't run. Anyways, over here, close combat. We stick around for another round of combat. I think I killed maybe one of his guys. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 4. Orcs and Goblins. The Chicken Rock's coming in. Going to help out over here. I decided I'm going to charge this fucking eagle. This eagle's in my way. I have to do it. Whatever, right? Magic Phase got 11 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Stay Quiet. He stops it. Motherfucker. I go ahead and I throw up Sneaky Stabbing. He stops it. Motherfucker. I go ahead and I throw up Gift of the Mother Spider. He stops it. And I go ahead and I throw Fix It Up. And I think he Dispel Scrolled it. Either he Dispel Scrolled one. I missed the cast on the other. I don't remember how it all went. But he stopped every single one of my casts. That sucks. Ah, man. Alright. Close combat over here. The A-Rock and the Chicken Rock. That's why I wanted to get the Sneaky Stabbing on the Chicken Rock. But, they end up only doing 2 wounds, but I do win combat. I have a charge, a big flank. Now, he has not steadfast. I did 2 wounds. That's a 4 to his banner and his war banner. I'm going to win combat. He's going to... 4 wounds. He's going to run. I chase him down, and they both end up on this side over here. I figure they're going to get closer to start helping out to combat over here. Obviously, my savages just overran towards his freaking ass end of my general. Trolls over here, man. The trolls... Whew, they got hit in the overrun by his fire dragon. Again, this is a swapping dragon story, okay? So he got hit by the flank of the dragon. They actually stuck in combat. They were steadfast. I turn around. They're facing off his fire wizard now. That's all right. That's okay. We can handle that, right? So I got one chance of trying to kill him before his Knights of Rima come in. We'll see how that goes. Close combat with my general. My general loses combat. I think he does a wound, and I don't wound him at all. And my general runs away, runs this way. Or no, I don't even think we wounded. No, he did do a wound to my general. I failed to wound him, but he has a flank, BSB, and a wound to my generals. Like nothing. So I lose combat. I re-roll it. I fail it twice. My general runs this way. He fails to catch this. He overruns into my trolls with both of his units. It's going to start off his turn. Turn 4, Highborn Elves. Turn 4, Highborn Elves. Charges his Knights of Rima into my general. Pushes my general further. My general gets away. He reforms or redirects into my trolls. Gets into the flank of my trolls. And everybody goes into the trolls now. This sucks. This sucks so bad. Oh, man. Magic, he got 4 power dice. He goes in and throws up flaming swords. I try to stop it, but he had 4 dice to my 2. I couldn't do shit. Ah, man. These guys rallied. Then he goes ahead and he shoots him. He kills one, and it causes them to panic. I was so looking forward to charging these 3 boar boys into that fucking unit and fucking them up. Oh, man. Alright, over here, close combat, he just wipes out my trolls. He killed 4 trolls, easily, 4. And they're going to run, and they're going to run off the table, and he's going to chase me down. And I think around this time, I just kind of call it. He overruns into my goblins. No, I don't call it yet. He overruns into my goblins with one of his wizards, or his dragons. And then over here, I'm going to have to it's my turn, Orcs and Goblins' turn, whatever this is. I try to charge Chicken Rock into his knights. He decides to flee with his knights, which is a smart move by him. And I don't really have much else I could do. My general kept fleeing, and my board boys didn't flee, but at this point, this is how the table looks. It's going to go ahead and be my turn. Let's see. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. So go ahead and I throw up Gift of the, or I'm sorry, the Big Moon! Green Moon and Sneaky Stabbing, or Stay Quiet, and he stops him. Over here, he kills my wizard. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn 5. I think around here, this is, I know I call it quits soon. Turn 5, he charges his Phoenix in here. He's going to kill me here. Over here, I try to freaking fight both of his dragons, which is ridiculous with Goblins. And he rallies his knights. I think my whole saving grace right now at this moment is trying to get my savages into combat. Magic Phase, he got 8 power dice. He goes ahead and gives these guys flaming swords or something like that. Then he goes ahead and he does burning ramparts on my savages, and I couldn't stop it. That sucks. Only kills off one guy right now. Over here, close combat. Oh shit, I just dropped my gum. Anyways, close combat over here. I failed to kill his Phoenix, which I was hoping to kill his Phoenix, but nothing happened. And right here, he kills my, there it is. He kills my boar boys, and I just call the game. I was like, Dan, you got this, man. You kicked my ass. Woo! All right, guys. That was a hell of a game. So, it was interesting. It was a very long, drawn-out game. Of course, if I would have let him go through with his first choice of actions, which was let the overrun happen with the dragon and the knights, it would have been a different game. But you know what? I wanted a more competitive game, and yet it was. This was a learning game for me. This is a game that I was playing with this list as one of the first times I played with this list. There's a couple flaws I saw, obviously. I saw the flaw of not having my general close enough to the trolls, or the not having the general close enough to the spiders, which was an issue. I used my general as a weapon, which he is a weapon, but I didn't give him the proper tools to handle a big monster like that dragon. That strength 6 with my strength 5, or T6 to my strength 5, was hoping for 5s all the time, which was really pushing it. And then he ended up getting his lucky shield back once he killed my boar boys too. So that's one thing that I got to remember. If I would have committed the boar boys into his Knights of Rima, I had a better chance of running them down originally. Have my general still go for his general and just deal with that fight, head on. I mean, there was no way that I would have known he would have saved all those saves, or made his check on his break test on his general. There was no way to guess that, but it happens. Whatever, it happens. It's a game, guys. MVP, whew, wasn't Koopa. Right now, I'm feeling like it was the Chicken Rock, but you know what? I'm gonna be fair. It wasn't the Chicken Rock. It was the A Rock. The A Rock sat there, took the freaking the Silver Helms, let the Chicken Rock come back. Because if the A Rock fell and crumbled and ran away with that charge, that would have been a bigger issue. But the A Rock was like, I got this, man. Why is Blue running away? I'll show you what power of Orange has. The power of Orange. Savages didn't do shit. They killed off one freaking eagle, and honestly, that's another thing I should probably just deal with, is just not being afraid of just charging the savages to get rid of the freaking chaff themselves. I know it's going to redirect them for a turn, but sitting back doing nothing for a turn didn't do me any good either. I don't think I had the goblins in a bad location, but they weren't in the best location. The trolls were working overtime. The trolls did good. I think they really held to what they were supposed to do. They fucked up some knights. They took some good armor saves. The trolls would probably be my second up on MVP. Unfortunately, the trolls got crushed, and I was just kind of like tired at this point. I was like, I think I played like a game or two before this, and I was just like, I'm done, Dan. You got this game on me. So that is it. Like I said, I have games coming up for this tournament at the Dice Dojo. We're trying to get ready for Michigan GT, which is in October. So if you guys haven't signed up for the Michigan GT, sign up already, unless there's only one slot left. If there's one slot left, you better not sign up, because I got to get my brother to sign up. But besides that, guys, I hope you're enjoying these videos. I enjoy making them. Hit like, hit subscribe. I started doing a Patreon. I haven't done all the freaking logistics to it and figured out how to freaking set it all up yet. But I started Patreon, so hopefully you guys can help me out. Help me out, support my channel, and get me ready for Spain next year, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any comments or feedback, leave it in the comment section below. I have to get back to work. Actually, it's kind of early for me to get back to work, but I got to get back to work anyways. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace. I'm going to kill like 5 more seconds just so it's a perfect 30 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Bam!